promises about things like laundry service, cards, and vegetarian meals that have come up many sets of elections before. How do you think your approach will actually change this to college? Because it just normally doesn't.
Yeah, so we talked to a few vegetarians and there's suggestions they put forward we don't think are ridiculous. So the thing about like roast and meat, or they can put forward like suggestions more like worthy things, so like you can get like vegetarian burritos and things like that. They're a bit more interesting but aren't that difficult to make. And we think if we talk to the budgetary and we discuss it with them, we think we can do that and it won't take that much time out of our term to just have a sit down with them like one evening or like in the afternoon when they're free. Because we don't think it's that hard to get a few more choices in, but especially for lunch, the non-vegetarians will eat them, so it's not like that big a change to the menu. That's a good idea. And also, because we talk to different colleges, we also know that then we know the systems work, so if we try and talk to like the schools in college, we can try and get that right.
We also ask what colleges didn't like about their model systems, because obviously every college basically uses a different system, and we ask what they would want from theirs. So we are trying to put every college's ideas together so we get the best like system.
So basically, what our idea is potentially to hold every 2 weeks or so, sort of half an hour period where people can come and raise any grievances or suggestions they have with us. So if you have a potential theme for a guest dinner next term, or you have a problem which you think could be easily like alleviated with the laundry service, you could raise it with us. So for example, one theme people are coming up and saying to us is they'd like to have the glass bottles for guest dinners instead of the plastic jugs. It's like a small thing, but it's something that makes a difference. So that's something we'd have these meetings, we'd have doodle polls to sort of see what people think about different things at their guest dinners, so that they're in control essentially.
Yeah, and with the laundry system, to say that it can't be implemented is clearly not true, because we've seen many colleges. You can go on into the Facebook page. We've got a link to the system which is currently in place in colleges such as Jesus and Magdalen, and that's not a very difficult thing to implement, considering it's with the same contractor which we're currently using. So I think that's something that would be easily done if we really put our minds to it.
Right, okay, so your role is actually the domestic staff, and it's really important to the team, really relationships. They're so important to how we work at college. So I want you to tell me how you handle a student that gets in a vomiting on the table, and how you make sure that the situation turns out okay.
Well, I mean, first of all, we'd ask Trevor to leave and stop watching. After that, we'd obviously make sure it's cleared up, and we'd make sure it's cleared up. A close relationship with the buttery staff would be essential. I mean, one way to make that work is to have regular wine tasting and meal tasting with them. But I think tell us about something else.
So basically, the first thing that we do in that situation is sort of analyze if someone's throwing up a guest dinner, what actual state they're in. So are they in a state of continuing? Because you don't actually want to rob someone's dinner or something. So you analyze what the student is, and if they're going to cause further problems, then obviously you remove them, and we personally come and see that and see what happens with that. But if they're okay, so basically it's about causing the least commotion and disruption in the guest dinner as is possible, while also, so it's about ensuring everyone has a good time while also maintaining the personal safety.
I think we do similar things to Jack Hill. I think we make sure that the butchery staff are aware of what, and obviously it'd be up to them now to clear up, because it was like work with domestic business, so the staff was really organised against them. We'd also send a college meal and some flowers and some donuts to the butchery staff the next day, because they would obviously have to deal with the situation. So yeah, I think communication between us, and Alice is super, like, really good baker, so I think some good cakes would be it's like just say.
So if you tried to implement a new laundry system and say there was an increase in price or something like that, how would you negotiate that, and how would you approach the topic of with TC or something?
Well, I think what our aim would be is to keep the price fixed in the market, so it's quite high for what you pay for. And I think that is what we now discussed, is that we researched for loads of different types of services, because we didn't just want to introduce a new one without just making it easier and more expensive.
Like, for example, basically they get charged for
but we would look into college.
Guys, can you just speak a little louder?
And we'd also want the language wasn't the general consensus on what because we don't want to be like, oh, yeah, let's talk about language, and everyone's like, no, that's like too difficult. So we'd rather be more about
We'd bring it to the JCR and say the different options, and then the JCR decide. That's all.
Message from Director of Photography is please speak up.
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry, it's just a lot of noise behind us.
Yeah, sorry, they're being really noisy.
So, in terms of the battles, we wouldn't like to put the laundry service in the battles and have a fixed rate because that would encourage people to just overuse the laundry for things which wasn't necessarily how they should use it, and they would overuse use the machine. In terms of the online system, the use of a pod card is particularly costly for a JCR to implement because it requires a whole new system. But the introduction of something like laundry serve, which we spoke about earlier, would be useful because it requires no change to contractor. You can update it online. I don't know anyone who would rather have to go to the porter's lodge with cash than top up online. I think that's clearly an easier way to do it. So also we would like to change the price of laundry to something which doesn't mean you have to use the laundry system 70 times to completely remove the money on your card. To something like £1.25, and that would clearly be a better use of a better way to charge for laundry.
Don't you consider raising wage rates so getting the helpers? So I've lots of before, and including time going to Florence and setting things up, like I think it doesn't work out with very high wage. I don't know what stuff before that was not too satisfied. Would you guys consider raising that?
That's definitely something to consider because if you think of it, it's a fraction of the cost of if you think of the cost of running and maintaining a guest dinner, upping the pay by whatever amount would be in order is something which is a fraction of the cost of guest dinner. So that is definitely something we'd be very willing to look into.
And that would also come out in our twice monthly speeches with people from the JCR, and that could be mentioned in the poll if you think that's an issue.
Yeah, definitely think we look at our budget and assess helpers, because that's a good reason.
yeah, just get like a amount of money for each of us, and we decide how we spend the money. So people like where we use and how much like helpers get paid. We could change how much we use and like regulations are to suit the flows. So like to see it's like we decide basically what we spend our money.
One question for Mr. Ted.
There's been a debate at points between classy and non-classy guest dinner themes. So for example, this year I begged my friends to set up a pirate themed guest dinner that was deemed not classy enough. What are your thoughts on this?
I think pirates can be classy.
I think if everyone's coming with black tie anyway,
Is that a place to have a pirate themed guest dinner?
well, everything's a surprise.
Yeah, you can have to vote for us and like see what happens.
So I mean, I think those sort of, with respect to Vicky and Sid, who've done a fantastic job, those kind of themes are reserved for Bobs, which we know can have a lot of fancy dress in. I think guest dinner, that happens twice a term. You bring your friends along and they see what Oxford can be like at its best. I think it'd be nice to maintain the sort of classy nature of guest dinner. I think to put something on like a pirate theme may not, although it will be fantastic for many people, I don't think that, I think changing the whole thing of red, but I think to chime in.
Yeah, no, basically this is guest dinner is a time when you get to show your friends exactly, you get to show them exactly what Oxford's like. If you have everyone dressed as pirates or everything, essentially Jack and
Cheers.
Here I am reinforcing it.
Thanks very much to our Executive Master Boss. Can I have the answer?